Welcome back to my channel, guys, and today I want to talk about unrealistic expectations that are destroying the dating market. So let's hop in. Number one, delusional about finding the perfect man. I think that there is so much going on in today's world where a girl feels almost like she deserves this perfect person because of everything that she's been told, maybe from a young age and till now in the media, social media, everything is just portraying this like type of man you need to be with. And the problem with this is it's good to have expectations, but you also need to know your worth. And I think a lot of times girls feel like they just deserve it just because they were told that they deserve it. And then there's all these double standards. Like, you need to have a strong man that makes a lot of money, kind and thoughtful, but also puts me first and allows me to have my career, and like all these like double standards. But like, this man is out there and we just need to find him and we just need to mold him into what we want. And when women have these mindset on dating, A, I feel like it's just really unrealistic and they're never gonna find that person. B, it just makes guys feel like they don't know who to be in today's day and age, like what type of man they should be. There's a lot of issues with masculinity these days, so now they're like, should I be less masculine? Should I be more masculine? Do I want the traditional roles? Do I not want the traditional roles? And I feel like there's this big push for women to be boss babes and to have their own career, which is great, and I think women should have their own careers if they want it. But you also have to understand, like, if you want a different type of man, if you want a certain type of man, that there's pros and cons to both, and that you need to be willing to give up some things, compromise and things like that. It's a give and take. And I think in today's day and age, there's no give, it's all take, if that makes sense. And I think if women have these expectations, they're never gonna find this perfect man. You know, they have these checklists and all these things, but guys also have checklists. And I think that that's where it's lost, right? Like, this push for equality, which there should be, but men and women are different. And you can't be like, well, what's fine for women is not fine for man. So if a man has a checklist and wants X, Y, and Z from women, then he's called misogynistic. But if a girl wants it, it's like, yes, she's just trying to, you know, find the perfect person. And that leads me into number two, is just expecting that you deserve this without putting in any hard work. Yes, guys are the ones that are gonna lead the interaction first. They're gonna be the ones that usually message first on a dating app. They're gonna set up the date. They're gonna lead it forward. But you also, as a woman, need to put in work. And I feel like that's the issue with today's day and age, is that women aren't putting in work for their dating life. And I'm not speaking for everyone, because I think there are a lot of women out there that are high value and are putting in work and doing things like that. But I think that a lot of times guys are feeling like they're the ones putting in all the effort and there's no effort coming back. They're just doing all the work and there's nothing in return. So it's just something to be aware of. And if you are a girl watching this, I know I have mostly guys, but if you are a girl watching this, like, know that you gotta put in effort too, girl. All right, this leads me to number three. Money, 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 money. There was this TikTok I saw, and I will put it right here. They were talking about money, and a girl went up to different girls and said, what is the expectation a guy needs to make for you to kind of date them?
Like $1 million, $2 million? Mills.
And they just threw out pretty unrealistic numbers. I think one girl said 1 million, the other said 500,000. That's not realistic. Like, if you look at the average statistic of what a male makes in the US, in 2021, the national average household income was $69,000. These girls were just throwing out these unrealistic numbers that most guys will never hit. And don't get me wrong, I think every guy should level up and try their best to level up their finances, their fitness, all of that. But have these women have these expectation that every guy needs to make this amount of money, they're gonna get disappointed in the dating search. And I feel like these are the issues with the dating market, is having these unrealistic expectations. You're only gonna date a guy that makes $1 million. But then it goes back to like seeing what's on social media and thinking like, oh, well, I'm only dating a guy that has a yacht or has a boat. And it just goes back to like being delusional of like, these aren't realistic. And number 4, what do you think it is? Social media. You were right if you guessed that. Social media can be a great tool. I have social media. I love it. I love that I can help guys. If you're not following me, make sure you're following my Instagram, jx.dating. I give daily tips. I think social media is great, but then on the flip side, there's also not so great things about it because people live a lot of fake lives. People show a world that might not be realistic. And I think that when women are scrolling through Instagram and like seeing these girls and you're driving their G-Wagons and they're, you know, seeing all these people with yachts and private planes and all that, that you have this expectation that like you deserve that. I'm not speaking for everybody, but I think that's just the gist of like what people are seeing in today's 2023. And I feel like this puts like really unrealistic expectations on dating because 99% of people don't have that. When you feel entitled to that or you feel like that's all you want, it makes dating really hard. And a lot of this could be even subconscious. Like maybe they don't even realize that these are their expectations. To give some credit to women, this isn't a problem just with women, it's also with men, because I think men keep seeing all these really hot girls on Instagram and then their expectations for what a girl is gonna look like gets even higher, and they're like, well, I want her to look like this, I want her to look like this Instagram model. Again, it's unrealistic expectations if you're not there yourself. So it's something to keep in mind. Just like social media is a great tool, but it also has its demons. It also has its bad side. And number 6, people have, both sides have unrealistic expectation of what each other wants or what they bring to the table. And I feel like there is a big miscommunication between men and women. You need to know what you want, what you personally want, and that's okay if the other person doesn't want that, then they're not a good match for you. Because I think a lot of times, especially for girls, that they think that guys want these hardworking, independent boss babes that don't cook, don't clean, but they make their own money and they're great. Like some guys might want that, but I know a lot of guys that don't want that. But when you ask a girl, what do you think a guy wants? That's their answer. And I think it goes vice versa to what guys want. Because I've heard a lot of guys say, well, if I'm financially secure, like I want a girl that supports me and takes care of me and cooks and cleans and will stay home with the kids and just be my peace and my soundboard. And that's what I've heard a lot of guys want. But then girls are like, wait, what they want that? This girl that has my own career and that kind of thing. And that's okay if you do have your own career or you want to be your own boss, like totally fine, but you have to find a guy that matches that and vice versa. Like maybe you don't want kids. Well, then you need to find a girl that doesn't want kids either. That's the thing, is I think there needs to be this open communication of what each other want, and it is okay if it's different, because I feel like there's this narrative being pushed down everyone's throat that it's not okay to have different beliefs, but it is. It's okay that you guys don't have the same views, and you need to just find somebody that does. And I think that's important, just all to have these huge understanding of what a guy wants and what a girl wants. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.